work. It's the heart, the love, the kindness that endears people to us. And what radio station is that?
Welcome to the future.
Pensioners 106.7 FM. The voice of liberation.
The time is 3 o'clock. Good afternoon. This is Oyo State News on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Agbarigo Nireke, Ibadan. I am Inumidu Afunjadideji. Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde has congratulated Muslim faithfuls in the state on the occasion of the celebration of the birth of Prophet Muhammad. This is contained in a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Taiwo Adisa. Governor Makinde charged Muslims to imbibe the spirit of love, patience, and perseverance, which are virtues of Prophet Muhammad, to solidify peace and security in the state and the country as a whole. As Muslims all over the world celebrate the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, the chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, Professor Adeolu Akonde, has urged faithfuls to use the occasion to pray for Nigeria.
On the 21st day of the Islamic
In a
month of
statement,
Rabiul Awal,
Akonde said Nigeria needs prayers to surmount numerous challenges. He asked Nigerians not only to pray for a prosperous nation, but also support one another. Oyo State Commandant of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Control, Oyo State Command, has enjoined Muslim faithfuls to emulate Prophet Muhammad as they celebrate this year's Maulud Nabi. The State Commandant, Iskilu Akinsoya, made this known during his weekly recap of security situation across the state. He further stressed that to monitor and protect assets a mandate that involves the lives and property of every Nigerian. Akinsoya, however, urged Muslim faithfuls to pray for peace and protection over the country. The commandant equally enjoined parents and guardians to always monitor their children's movement, as NSCDC will not condone any act of thuggery, looting, arson, and stealing in the state. As Muslims celebrate Eid al-Maulud across the globe to mark the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, Nigerians have been enjoined to embrace love, peace, as propagated by the Holy Prophet, as well as humility. In this special report, our correspondent Ibiwumi Shola takes a look at the significance of the festival. His report is presented by Yetunde Oki.
On the 21st day of the Islamic month of Rabiul Awal, Sunni Muslims celebrate the birthday of the Prophet Muhammad, while Shia Muslims celebrate the holiday on the 17th of that month in Nigeria. The holiday is known as Eid al-Maulud. The Prophet Muhammad was born in Mecca in what is now Saudi Arabia in the Georgian calendar year of 570. The actual day of the birth is unclear, which is why Shia and Sunni Muslims celebrate on different days. Maulud refers to birth and is used to describe the Prophet's birth. Many believe that Prophet's birthday was worthy of celebration, while others believe that celebration of birthdays is against Islamic law. In most cities, Eid al-Maulud is celebrated with large street parades, with homes and mosques decorated in honor of the Prophet. In fact, entire cities are often decorated with sweets and candies handed out during the celebration. Many people donate food and other items to charity, while others listen to children's reading poems about the Prophet. For those who do not believe in celebration, more time is spent reading the Quran, while others see fasting during the daylight hours of Monday, which is said to be the day of the week Muhammad was born, as a way to honor him. Many sing devotional songs in order to open a divine channel into the world of the Prophet. There are many Muslims who object to lavish celebration in honor of Muhammad's birthday. There are some who also believe that celebration is against the practice of Muhammad himself. They feel that Muslims are supposed to emulate Muhammad, and the fact fact that he did not celebrate his own birthday. With the foregoing, should the Prophet's birthday be celebrated? How should it be celebrated? And what are their messages to Muslims? Some Islamic clerics, Imam Abdul Hakim Awe of Ahmadiyya Mosque and Imam Ibrahim Bello, a school teacher, speak.
There is no basis for celebrating Maulid Nabi in Islam because the Prophet did not celebrate it, and when he left, his Sahaba did not celebrate it. So that is not, and whoever has any point, reference in the Quran or Hadith should come up with it because that is the basis of Islam. Anything short of it is out of Islam. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not celebrate Eid al-Fitr while he was on earth. According to one of his traditions, what he said was that I was born on Monday, I was called to prophethood on Monday, so I used to give thanks to God by fasting on Monday. Be that as it may, when he left, there is need for us to reflect upon his lifestyle, his birth, how he lived, his call to prophethood, how he's related with mankind. Leaders of nowadays should reflect on his lifestyle. We don't have good leaders. If our leaders will reflect on the way the Holy Prophet led the entire nation, then we'll learn a lot of lessons from him.
Yetunde Okay for Pensioners FM.
Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, has advised stakeholders in Oyo State to preach peace instead of fallout. Dare spoke in Ibadan when he met the stakeholders and youth movements in the pace-setter state. The minister noted that government had a huge template to train the youths before the outbreak of COVID-19, while partnership agreements to train them have also been signed by international bodies. He, however, promised to deepen communication with the youth, create better synergy, relate more with its constituency, and avail them of job opportunities to take them off vices. Pandemonium broke out in the early hours at the entrance of Oyo State Secretariat Ibadan after a clash between personnel of the Nigerian Army and Agbekoya Group. Our correspondent Anufa Soyi gathered that a member of the Agbekoya group allegedly slapped an army officer, which sparked an angry atmosphere at the main gate of the secretariat. The situation led to the reinforcement of army officials and personnel of Operation Boss Team to the scene, who, upon arrival, fired gunshots in the air to apparently disperse the crowd. After insisting on the provision of the Agbekoya member who slapped the army officer who had reportedly run away, the security team arrested one member. Residents of Ibadan complied with the weekly sanitation exercise held across the city and the state as a whole in the early hours. Our correspondent who roved the city reports that market men and women participated in the exercise, while personnel of the Oyo State Waste Management Board evacuated refuse dumped at the road median. Meanwhile, Makola roundabout, Dugbe, and Okebola, according to reports, are still littered with refuse. Coalition for Traders in Oyo State has appealed to Yalodgers and Babalodgers throughout the state to comply with the order on closure of all markets throughout the state. The closure of markets is in honor of the late Iyaloja General of Oyo State, Alhaja Wurola Koladaisi. Speaking with journalists at the hospital, the leader of the coalition, who is also the president of the IJTA, Alhaji Dauda Oladeko, said all arrangements have been made to make the Yalodgers General's Fidal prayer a noteworthy. Meanwhile, Babaloja General of Oyo State, Alhaji Yekini Abbas, also known as YK Abbas, has called on the people of Oyo State, especially Oyo State traders, to disregard any information directing them to suspend their business activities. In a statement, it noted that such directive is unwarranted at this period when normalcy is just returning to the state. A People's Democratic Party leader in Oyo State, Bisi Olokweyo, has cried out over alleged threat to life. Olokweyo, who made this known when the party's reconciliatory committee chairman, Sakaba Logun, visited his Idiakwe residence, warned that those threaten him to let him be if he cannot be compensated for his goodwill to them. To forestall road crashes across Oyo State during these ember months, the Oyo State Road Transport Management Authority has wheeled out speed limit advisories to motorists across the state. Executive Chairman Akin Fagbemi stated these while briefing journalists at the administrative headquarters of the authority, Agodi, Ibadan. The chairman advised commercial motorists to maintain a maximum speed of 50 kilometers per hour within built up areas like streets in towns, villages, and cities. Fagbemi also encouraged the installation of speed breakers in vehicles to avoid overspeeding. As part of efforts to reconcile all aggrieved members of the People's Democratic Party, the York State Party Reconciliatory Committee, led by the party chairman, Lahaji Kumi Mustafa, has paid a visit to the leader of the party, Lahaji Abdul Rashid Adebisi, at his residence at Bashorun, Ibadan. Other members of the committee who accompanied the chairman on the visit were the wife of a former governor, Mutiat Ladeja, party secretary Wasiu Adeleke, Laye, and Jacob Ayetoro. About 167 non governmental organizations, orphanages, and children homes collaborating with the Oyo State government have benefited from a special subvention of 11.5 million naira. The subvention is designed to give relief to the bodies for their dedication in reaching out to the vulnerable people in the society. The cash subvention was presented to the beneficiaries at the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Inclusion conference room. Representing the cash, the Secretary to the State Government, Olubami Wadioshe, who represented the State Governor, Sheyi Makinde, said the subvention was targeted at giving relief and support for the smooth running of the organizations. Members of the Traditional Worshippers Association of Nigeria, Oyo State chapter, have protested the exclusion of the group from a peace meeting called by the Oyo State government. Key stakeholders like traditional rulers, religious leaders, security agents, artisans, market men and women, students' body, among others, were invited to the